Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by the folks at Southeast Termite and Pest Control. The Haynes family and all their employees hope that all you out there watching, have a terrific Christmas and a wonderful and safe new year. And we thank them for being a part of this show. All right. So let's say Tennessee finds something and they decide to make a move on Pruitt, and they say it's with cause because you cheated here, and here, and we're not going to accept that. Can you then turn around and go hire the guy? You know, Mariah Carey's all I want for Christmas is you. Around here, it's all I want for Christmas is Hugh. So could you then go fire Hugh Freeze? And for those who forget what happened at Ole Miss after his tenure, let's take a look at what happened at Ole Miss. 3 years probation, 2-year bowl ban, 1 self-imposed. The NCAA said, yeah, that's not enough. Tennessee should make note of that, by the way. Freeze hit with a 2-game suspension. He was fired instead, so it didn't play out. Scholarship reductions, which were self-imposed. Show cause penalties for multiple assistants and aides. Recruiting restrictions on the school. They had to disassociate themselves from a number of boosters. They had to vacate multiple wins. So if you look up his record, it's not going to be what you think it is because he's had to vacate wins. Overall, they had 15 level 1 violations, and they were smacked with the always fun lack of institutional control. So, if you fire a guy for cheating, can you go hire this guy? A guy, I might add, who no one else is going after.
That's exactly.
Everyone was thinking, oh, you got to hurry. They're going to get... Nobody, even Auburn, the cheatingest place in the history of the world isn't even looking at this guy.
Or even South Carolina.
Can you make this move to go after Hugh Freeze? I mean, you can.
But
how bad would it look? Do you think UT would do it? Somebody give me an answer to one of these, or I'll keep asking questions.
Listen, I think schools and all these are like politicians, right? They can talk about it over here and blame it and say all the negative things about it wrong. When they're in the exact opposite position of that and it benefits them, they have the amazing ability to forget all of that and take the whole other side of this argument. So thinking that the school could fire a guy like Pruitt for violations and then not hire a guy like Freeze, I think that would not be the case at all. I think a school can take that stance and do the double turn as fast. If they think that's going to be the best guy for them to help them win, I think they can do that. Now, will they, and will administration and other people within that be able to pull this cause? I don't know about that, but I'm saying, can you put the moral high ground of, are they willing to do that and then turn their and do the exact opposite? I think schools are willing to do that if they think they can win.
I think fan bases are wildly unprincipled. There's no question. The question is how many in your administration are going to be that unprincipled and say, okay, these don't work and we can't do it. Guys, your thoughts on can you go get Hugh Freeze if you fired Jeremy Pruitt with cause for cheating?
John, I host a daily radio talk show where content is king, so I can't sit here and say absolutely they can't do it because of course they can. But if they were asking me on a panel, hey, would you advise us to go down this road? I would say no, it's probably not the best route to go, Hugh Freeze. I would say that without this story or with Jeremy Pruitt and his stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you pointed out, who has jumped at the opportunity to hire Hugh Freeze? I mean, he's 17-6 at Liberty. He's won a bowl game there. South Carolina didn't hire him. Auburn fires Gus Malzahn, a winning coach, and it looks like they're going to promote their defensive coordinator and pay Malzahn $21 million. So I just don't see how you can go from the frying pan to the fire, so to speak.
And if you want more of a target on yourself, then go hire Hugh Freeze.
The NCAA would be paying attention to you, I would think.
And they would probably have something to say to you beforehand if you just did this. Hey, if you do this again and you get caught, it's going to be really bad.
And if you self-impose penalties, if you say we're not going to a bowl game because of this, so then the NCAA might say not good enough because that was all for show. We're going to hit you with some stuff over what Pruitt did because you haven't learned your lesson by hiring this guy Freeze. You also wonder, Greg Sankey might be willing to let you, the SEC commissioner might be willing to go ahead and say, all right, hire him if you aren't dealing with the Pruitt thing. But if you're dealing with the Pruitt thing, does Sankey's view change on whether or not you should go get a guy who left Ole Miss in ruins? I don't know. It's a question. It is going to put a target on your back nationally, though, with the media. Nobody here. They say they don't care, but it's all they tweet about all day long, get mad at people who say bad things about them. get used to having eggs thrown at you from
What I think
Nashville.
with other schools, I think other schools would, because if you're going to go back out there on the recruiting trail, what did we just talk about? How you go get them?
I mean, and I tell you
We
what,
already know how
John,
to use that.
I'm sitting here, I'd rather have Lane Kiffin than Hugh Freeze.
Yeah, that's much better. Okay. All right. When we come back, I tell you what, we will. Well, when we come back, we'll talk about a number of things. Come on back on the Sports Source. We're changing the rundown as we go. Come on back.